Hello 8th graders. In this IXL video lesson we're going to be taking a look at assignment F.1, which is called Understanding Exponents. And before we launch into these questions, we're just going to quickly review what an exponent is with the notes on the screen. So here you see we could say this 2 with a little 3 above it, or a 3 in superscript. We call this 2 to the third power, or 2 cubed is a nickname for the third power. And this little 3 that's in superscript that's written above the 2 is what we call the exponent. And the large number, the regular size number that has the exponent attached to it, is what we call the base. And simply put, the exponent tells us how many copies of the base need to be multiplied together. So 2 to the third would mean 3 copies of 2 all multiplied together. And this lets us rewrite repeated multiplication pretty easily. So here, for this first assignment, we're going to just use exponents to simplify an expression. So here, if I take a look, and I'm going to use the color green to start here, I see 2 copies of 81 right here, multiplied together. So I'm going to go ahead and say 81 to the power of 2. And I also see at the same time 3 copies of 97 that are multiplied together. So I'm going to say 97 cubed, or 97 to the third power. And simply for this entire assignment for F1, your job is to just see how many factors, or how many copies of each base term there are, and use an exponent to simplify. So here we see, for example, that this one only has 1 copy of 56 right there. So we're going to go ahead and say 56 to the power of 1. And at the same time, we see that it does have 4 different copies of 81 all multiplied together. So we're going to say 81 to the 4th power. And that's how this assignment progresses. Basically, you're just going and counting the number of factors that are in common or that are the same and using an exponent to simplify. So here you could say 65 squared, or to the 2nd power, and then 77 to the 3rd power. At this point, we think we've given you enough examples to do great on the rest of this assignment, and you can stop watching the video. We're going to skip ahead to a few more ones that might be in the challenge zone to see if they make things a bit more difficult. And you see the one change they might make, they start using variables in addition to numbers, but it's the same situation here. If I see 4 copies of 71 multiplied together, I'm going to do 71 to the 4th, and then I see 2 copies of p. Just like a number, I can use exponents with a variable. We don't know what p's value is yet, but we can say p squared because there are 2 of them multiplied together. Towards the end, we see the challenge here. They're going to make you actually write your own exponential expressions, the whole base and the exponent. There's 2 ways to do that. First, you see this is 4 to the 3rd power, 3 copies of them. I could do 4. Click this button right here, and then that would let me write an exponent. You also can use Command 6, or in your case, Control 6. If I hold Control and I press 6 at the same time, so we'll try to show that there. If I hold Control and I press 6, oh, on IXL I'm lying to you, that does not work. It doesn't let me write an exponent on IXL, and I thought it would. So you're going to have to use their button, it looks like, for exponents, 4 to the 3rd power. Normally on a computer, Control 6, that little up wedge, does mean exponents, and sometimes that'll bump you into exponents. Here I'm going to go ahead and V, hit this button here once I want the exponent, and then I can hit squared because there's 2 copies of V here. We'll take a look at one more, see if the challenge zone adds anything different for you all. And it looks like they just annoyingly write a lot of copies, but it's the same type of thing. So here I'd count carefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 copies of 7. So I'd type my base as 7 and raise that to the power of 9, or put a superscript 9 there to say 9 copies of 7 all multiplied together. Alright, thanks for watching to the end of the video, and we'll see you at the next assignment.